Coming up on First at 4, Eastern Kentucky school superintendents continue to deal with low attendance due to illnesses. And Senator Raphael Warnock defeats Herschel Walker in the Georgia runoff.
Plus, things are quiet on the weather front for now, but more potentially heavy rain is on the way in. Latest coming up as Mountain News First at 4 starts right now.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, some Eastern Kentucky school districts have had a rough start to the first half of the school year, with the devastating floods pushing their start dates back in some cases. Students lost valuable school days. And as the new year approaches, attendance levels are reaching new lows. One school's numbers are as low as 71%. Julia Sandor spoke to one school leader who says they are noticing the impacts in the classroom.
We're only going to go about 160 days total of instruction. And, you know, we've not even started to deal with the winter weather yet.
After the July flooding left many students and teachers without homes, attendance numbers have dropped. In Perry County, high school principal Michelle Ritchie Curtis says many families are working to rebuild, which is starting to take a toll on students. And on top of that, she says more illnesses are spreading through the school.
But attendance is going lower and lower each day. The students do appear, you know, they're at the nurse, they're sick, their parents call and let us know that my child is sick. You know, please let the teachers know so that they'll know they're not just missing school.
She says attendance at the school is about 83% right now, but it should probably reflect lower. The huddle held Tuesday for these school districts was meant to see how the Kentucky Board of Education can help these schools improve.
Bi-weekly, every 2 weeks or so, we've been checking in with them and just providing just a listening ear to them on issues that might arise.
At Perry County Central High School, Ritchie Curtis says she sees an average of 4 kids at the nurse's office, which is not typical. She says their biggest priority is the safety and health of their students. And after the floods, they just wanted to make sure their students were taken care of.
Since then, the attendance had went up, and then the sickness has really caused the attendance to plummet. And, you know, again, those students who are homeless, it just seems like everything seems to impact them.
And she adds that if they needed to use an NTI day, they would work quickly to get devices out to students as soon as possible. Julia Sandor, WKYT.
Superintendents at that meeting yesterday say they want help with rebuilding funds. There's another meeting set for December 20th. Well, we have heard reports of a few crashes caused by slick roads, and with rain staying in the forecast, those with the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet say the rain can cause a road hazard like potholes, mud and rock slides, or pavement breaks. Another concern is people driving on roads they've become familiar with and do not change their driving habits when raining.
They know the stretches where they can speed up a little bit, and they know where they have to hit the brake before they go around the curve. And water on the road, and of course it's most of the leaves are gone now, but you may get some leaves still out in the road. Those things that can cause the pavement to be slick, they change those dynamics.
You should always drive with your headlights on in the rain and never drive through a flooded road.
Well, the good news is we are starting to see a drying trend push through the region this afternoon for most after a rather waterlogged Tuesday and early part of Wednesday throughout the region. Here's a look throughout the area from our cameras at London, Hazard, and at Pikeville Medical Center in Pikeville. You see those temperatures are in the low to even middle 60s at this hour. Winds have flipped around to the west-northwest out of Pikeville, so we'll continue to watch changes there. But you notice we're not seeing that kind of shininess there on this road surface. We're starting to dry them out at least a little. Temperatures remain very warm for this time of year. Low to mid 60s. That is a good 10 to 15 degrees warmer than we should be this time of year. You see everything in motion, and most of us are dry right now. A few scattered showers. Most of the activity really is confined to the region there along the Kentucky-Tennessee border, with moderate to heavy rain at times throughout parts of Campbell and Claiborne counties in Tennessee, where a flood advisory remains in effect for Campbell County for a little while longer. We're not done with the rain. This is just a temporary break. We've got more already forming out to the west, and we'll have the latest on when we could see a return to the showers in a few minutes. Steve?
All right, Evan, thank you. The Ralph Gabbard Memorial Broadcasting Scholarship has been around for many years, providing 3 students in our region with scholarship money each year to assist them in going to school to pursue their dreams. Brooklyn Floyd from South Laurel High School is one of this year's recipients.
It means a lot because it helps me to get into the college that I want to go to be able to afford it and go there and learn more about media.
Floyd says she plans to attend the University of Kentucky or Eastern Kentucky University next fall. We'll have more from her at 6 and the other recipients later this week. During the holiday season, the demand for blood goes up. That means a need for donors becomes a concern to hospital blood banks everywhere. And the need for blood can come from many different types of medical situations, whether it's cancer, trauma, or labor and delivery complications. The need for blood is always there.
We're very thankful that our supply's been steady. We just like to remind people that it's not always that way and it can change very drastically in a very short amount of time. So during the holiday season and the time of giving, just consider donating the gift of life.
The Med Center encourages people to visit mobile blood drives to help give to those who need it, the gift of life through blood donation. The Senate runoff race in Georgia was close, but Raphael Warnock came out on top against Herschel Walker. The Democratic senator celebrated his re-election with supporters after defeating the Republican candidate and former pro football running back. Warnock promised to represent all Georgians when he gets back to Washington.
The work that we must do is difficult. The issues are not simple, they're complex. But here's my promise to you: I will walk with you even as I work for you.
Last night's results show Georgia will remain competitive in the 2024 presidential election. President Biden tweeted out a photo of his call to congratulate Warnock on the victory. Jewel Labs announces it has settled litigation in the U.S. that resolves more than 5,000 cases from close to 10,000 plaintiffs. A statement released by the e-cigarette maker says the terms of the deal cannot be disclosed, but it involves an equity investment to financially support the resolution. Jewel says the cases came from consumer class action, government entity, personal injury, and Native American tribe groups. This comes following an investigation that shows Jewel purposely marketed its items to young people, even though e-cigs are illegal for children to use. A national survey taken last year claims more than 2 million teenagers in the U.S. say they vape, some on a daily basis. Maryland just became the latest state to ban TikTok for government employees. Yesterday, Governor Larry Hogan issued a release announcing the new policy. Executive branch employees in Maryland are now prohibited from using TikTok, WeChat, and other platforms with origins in China and Russia. Hogan called the app's cybersecurity risks and ordered them removed from all state networks. It comes a week after South Dakota's governor issued a similar edict. Coming up on First at 4, a jury in New York has found 2 Trump Organization companies guilty on all charges in a tax fraud case.
Plus, showers are back in the forecast as we head deeper into tonight. The latest on when you'll need to grab the umbrella again, coming up.